Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I will add dynamic hover styling to my button component. So let's start. As you can see on the left side of the screen you have the buttons from my previous video. As you can see we are using style components in Next.js and we can make these reusable button components. So let's start. So I will go to my button type.ts and I will add three new prop types. The first one is going to be the hover border, the second one is going to be the hover text color, and the last one is going to be the hover border background color. So let's dive in. Hover border is going to be optional and of type string. The next one is hover background color and hover text color. So our copilot is going to help us a bit so we can text faster, type faster, and I will have to copy them here as well because those are styled prop types and we are going to use them in our button style TS, where I'm going to create some functions which will define the logic or on how we are going to dynamically generate that value for the CSS. So let me add them here as well. So Copilot is going to help us a bit. So now I will go now to the button style.ts, and here I will create three more helper functions as we can see here. So let me break down one so you can understand the logic behind the function. So we are using an arrow function here, and we define it by the get background color, which takes an argument which is the button, which we are going to destructure and extract the bgColor property, which we are going to use it down using the ternary operator, where we are checking if bgColor has a custom value or apply nothing. Or also we can say here like this red, and the default value is going to be red. So we're saying if bgColor has a value, apply that, else apply this. Okay, so let me remove this. So an empty string, it do nothing. Okay, so let me create three more functions. The first one will be const get bg, actually it's over bg call. It's a function, it takes an argument object which we are going to destructure the button, and we're going to extract the hover background color property, which is this one. So now let's create the logic for this function. So it's the hover background color, and now use the ternary operator, and we are saying check if this has a custom value, else apply something else. So it's going to be like this. So it's an hover styling, it's like this. Hover, curly braces. This is color. Now use the dollar sign, curly braces, and we pass the hover background prop here. Let me close this one like this. Else empty string means do nothing. So basically we are checking if hover background color has a value, else nothing. Actually it's color here. Let me check a bit. Yeah, it's fine. Let me add two more. Const get over text color. It's an arrow function, takes an argument which we are going to destructure and extract the hover text color. this faster. That's nothing. One more. Border. Some function which takes as an argument an object which we're going to this structure, and we are going to extract the hoverBorder. Border. Okay, we pass the hoverBorder here. Get this one or nothing. So now we have to pass them to this function so we can use them. We're getting some help from our copilot. Okay, let's now go to our button tsx, and we have to add those props here, and we are going to pass them to our as button so that we can use them. So let's add them. It's one, the second one, last one. Let's use them here. Let's see our copilot in action. Yeah, it's okay. Let's save it. And now more or less that's our button component with the hover effect finished. So let's see it in action. Let's go to our page tsx. As you can see, we have 5 buttons here on our left, which are these ones. As you can see here, the first one is the default one, which is this one. The second one is this one, which is disabled, and we have button 2, 3, and 4, which are this one with some style applied. So now let's add to our second button some hover styling. So let's choose background color should be black, let's say. Let's add the text color should be red. Let's add no border. Let's save it. And now if we go on our left side and we hover over the second button, our style should change. Actually, oh sorry, we applied this style actually to our third button. So let me move this one here. So as you can see, when we hover over our second button, we get a black background with some red text. Let's modify them as well, since that has actually now some styling. Let's change it. Let's make it background color gray. Let's leave the text white. Okay, my spelling is bad now. And let's add some border. Border should be border. Let's add 2 pixels solid red. And now when we hover over our third button, the styling should change. As you can see, we get a gray background, some white text inside, and a red border. Let's style our last button. Let's add a background color of purple. Text should be gray. And our border should be, let's say, 5 pixel solid black. So now when we hover over our last button, we see we have some new hover effect on it. So let me now go back to our style. Let me change the default value for our background color. So we can say here like this. Let's say like a different color, like brown. Okay, so as you can see, we check if hover background color has a dynamic value applied, else apply the default one. So in our case, for the first button, we have no background color applied, so we get the default one. So let me go back to our page tsx. So if we change the default button, which is this one, yeah, let's add a background color. And let's say red. Actually, let me check. Actually, I apply this. It should be text. Should be here actually. Let's apply this. Now, if I go back and I remove this, this should be changing back to brown. As you can see, let's apply now a new background color. Let's call it red. It's changing now to red because we applied a dynamic value here. So we get a dynamic one and not the default one. And now let's go to the disable button and let's add that value. Background color should be yellow. Still. Okay, I think that's enough for this video. Okay, you saw me adding hover functionality on my reusable button component in Next.js using style components. If you have any questions regarding this button, you can drop them below in the comments. I will also add the GitHub repo down below so you can have access to my code. You can help me a lot by subscribing to my channel and dropping a like on this video. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.